The I Ching is a living transmission of the divine, of consciousness. The I Ching, the Book of Change, is a map of the 64 changing cosmic frequencies of life, of consciousness. This is an ancient wisdom from thousands of years ago that was used to track and harmonize with the forces of nature in order to guide the people, an empire, a civilization. In the 1960s, humanity discovered the 64 genetic codons, our DNA. Magically, they have the same mathematical formula, the same exact geometry as the 64 I Chings. Every 6 days, the sun activates one of these 64 I Ching frequencies, which activates within us a corresponding genetic codon, which stimulates our consciousness, the theme of the life. When we enter into contemplation with a particular I Ching, especially with the I Ching the sun activates each week, then life sends us the experiences we need to unlock the shadow, which raises our vibration and awakens the divine within. The intention of this video is to serve you in the highest blessed way. This is abstract energy of sensing, so receive this message with your heart and body. This week, the sun within us, consciousness, life, activates the 52nd I Ching. The transformational path of this frequency moves us from the shadow of stress to the highest vibration of stillness, and it's through the path of restraint. The real dilemma of the 52nd shadow of stress is all about our breathing. It's about our shallow breathing. Stress is a manifestation of shallow breathing. That's all it is. And we can see through this 52nd I Ching how deeply the shadows are collective. Because stress is a frequency we allow into our DNA. It increases by the quantum environment in which we live. You see, most human beings forget how to breathe as they grow up. It's very subtle. We're conditioned to forget. And because shallow breathing doesn't provide our cells significant oxygen, our whole rhythm begins to move out of kilter, out of alignment with the whole. This is how it happens. And then we actually create interference with the whole. What a profound thing it is to move out of harmony with nature. And the moment we move out of alignment, we experience stress. It's a biofeedback loop, and the whole body responds by activating neurological pathways in the old parts of our brain. And because of our advanced brain development, our thoughts then become predominant. And that's because we were never intended to run the life through the head. But this is exactly what happens when we activate the lower frequencies of the 52nd shadow of stress. But of course, there's a reason for everything in nature. Our body tells us when we have moved out of harmony, in order that we adapt and find the most effortless way forward. You see, we were never intended to live out of harmony. We actually get addicted to stress and the hormones it releases inside us, like adrenaline, for example. It's not that we enjoy it. No one enjoys stress. It's deeply uncomfortable, but we do get addicted to it. So when we only think with our mind, we're operating with a fraction of our true potential. The ancient Chinese called this hexagram, this frequency, keeping still, and it's symbolized by a mountain. And there's a great message here, which is that there's no hurry. The fear that we will miss out comes from this shadow. The fear that we don't have enough time. It's all about time and our perception of time. Because when we're stressed, time is always running too fast or too slow. Stress also has a passive manifestation, and that is when we feel stuck, when time feels like it's moving too slow. That feeling of stuckness that many of us are familiar with, that comes from the 52nd shadow. And when we feel stuck, it's only because of one thing. It's because of our breathing isn't reaching down to our base. Because we can never really be stuck. It's just that we're not accepting our rhythm, what's in front of us right now. The I Chings are so magical. Everything can be brought down to the body. Every I Ching has an archetypal association in the structure of our physical body. And the 52nd I Ching is connected to the perineum, right at the base of the body, that little space between our genitals and our anus. And this is where our breath arises from, and this is where it descends to. And this point has a direct connection to the fontanelle on the top of the head. And these 2 points together, they kind of bookend, support the spine. So when you feel stressed, this is the place you want to tune into. Because when you tune in there, then gradually, slowly, the breath begins to return there. The 52nd shadow is also a collective phenomenon. It's generated by the world aura of humanity. So the more out of alignment we become with Gaia, the earth, the more stressed our physical body becomes. It's a shadow quantum field, and to rise above that field, that victim field, we have to do one thing: slow down. Not our vibration, but our rhythm, our biorhythm. The earth, Gaia, has a tempo. She has a heartbeat. It's called the Schumann resonance. It's the breath pattern of Gaia, the earth. So when we go down to the ocean or into the deep forest, that is when we feel the true tempo of the earth. It's magical. It is a deep silent drumbeat sounding in every cell of our being. The DNA in our cells expand when it hears and feels this tempo. And when it forgets this deep natural tempo, our DNA contracts and sends our body into a stressful state, a survival state, as though there is an alarm going off inside us. So the secret to this shadow, and every shadow has a secret, is to trust that alarm. And instead of ignoring it, slow down, because most people ignore it and carry on. Most of the world today is living with alarm bells still ringing. And if we hear it all the time, soon we get used to it and it becomes the norm. So the secret is trust that alarm, trust your discomfort, stop what you're doing, slow down, breathe, come into your base, and tune yourself back into Gaia's heart. The 52nd gift, the way to alchemize the shadow and raise the vibration, restraint. This is one of the most powerful gifts, restraint. And if you have the 52nd I Ching in your energetic design, you are blessed. You're blessed because you have the capacity to slow down time. Doesn't that sound magical? You have the ability to bring others out of stress. What a lucrative life you can lead in this time-space reality. So the 52nd gift is really about the art of focus. The people of the 52nd I Ching are only interested in the long view. That's why they know to take their time with everything. Everything in the universe has its natural rhythm, divine timing. Everything has seasons, its ebbs, its swells, its dips, its flows. So the genius of the 52nd gift is to align oneself with cosmic timing. And in doing so, we gradually bring others into alignment with their natural timing. When you meet someone living out this gift, you're meeting someone whose breath is so rooted, so deeply inside their body, they really are like great anchors. They're so grounded. That's why it's called the gift of restraint, because an anchor allows an organism to rest, to come into natural pause, and regain perspective and clarity, and above all, timing. And this gift has a huge impact on the emotional body. It communicates and exudes calmness throughout the aura. There have always been people in the world that remain completely unflustered by crisis, by external crisis, emotional turmoil, human conflict, or war. These are the people of the 52nd gift. When we are deeply grounded inside ourself, our body, then all of Gaia and all her natural rhythmic power are literally at our disposal. So if you have the 52nd gift in your energetic design, you have this natural power hidden inside. The process of transformation through this 52nd I Ching is one of deep slowing down. It's also deep calming environment for others, both on an emotional level and at a mental level. When we have established calmness, clarity emerges, and then whatever situation we find ourselves in life, there is always an easy and obvious way forward. And as we can see, this is a deeply collective I Ching, and it has a central question: how can I be of the greatest service to the universe, to the whole? That is a great question. This gift is filled with optimism, with idealism, with enthusiasm, because that is the dynamic energy of life. But this gift provides natural patience, a waiting, an attunement to a deeper flow that lies beneath everything. So if this is your gift, or if you feel drawn to contemplating this I Ching, these are the secrets that you will discover inside yourself. The secret of slowing down, and the secret, the timeless secret of the breath. The 52nd city, the highest vibration, stillness. There's a wonderful quote from the Bhagavad Gita. When he is still, the selfish man is busy. When he is busy, the selfless man is still. Stillness is how the world is going to be transformed. And I know at the first pass, this makes not a lot of sense, but it's an absolute truth. Because deep inside our DNA, stillness is all there is. And when we enter the world of these cities, we're really entering into this paradox over and over again, because the ultimate stillness is to be found in movement, and our body is constantly in movement. True stillness is about awareness, and only the selfless man or woman is really still. He is still because he is not. He's so in harmony that he is merged into the background, and all of life and love moves through him. Stillness is effortless. In fact, it's beyond effortless. It's beyond frequency. It's beyond the mind. It's beyond understanding. The journey through this 52nd I Ching is one of gradual or sudden realizations through slowing down. So slowly, as the gift of restraint turns our awareness inwards to our source, we move out of the stress of the shadow and into the breath, into alignment with the greater reality. So when the 52nd city takes you, there's simply no more drama in life. You observe it from a distance. But there's no part of you that is interested in playing that game anymore. The stillness is too captivating, bringing such peace that you can no longer put anything into words. Stillness is in every cell, at the heart of our DNA, within the core of our atoms. It's where the mystery of the universe is constantly flowing through you. And from within this stillness, activity naturally arises, and its only interest is to reach out and touch the stillness in others, in all things. Stillness sees itself. It's the end of all seeking. It's the magical of all places, the place where everything meets at the end of the rainbow. I empower you this week to create space, get to higher awareness, notice your breath, feel all the sensations fully that come up in the body. Shine the light of awareness to any stress. Be with it, allow it, feel it, breathe in, breathe out. Remember, love yourself and choose to be blessed.